Man, welcome back to the channel. Shout out to everybody that's been supporting. Been receiving a lot of support lately. I really appreciate it. Today I want to shout out the Credit Plug. I've been watching him for about 2 years. He does content on credit cards and finance and all that stuff. And I believe he's from Maryland as well. If y'all don't know, I'm from Maryland. I'm from Baltimore. Y'all can probably tell by the accent. But yeah, so everybody who got Navy Federal, y'all should know this is going on. I'm going to let y'all know a little story about what happened to me the other day when I called too, for real. So yeah, we're going to get into the video.
$1 million. Now, this is late breaking news. So as you can see, this is published on Credit Union Times, and this is November 7th, and this just came out. So Navy Federal is in hot water again. So they were fined $95 million for illegal overdraft fees. So the CFPB, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, is ordering Navy Federal to refund more than $80 million to customers and stop charging illegal overdraft fees, as well as pay.
So how long have they been doing this though? They've been talking $95 million, which they probably took billions and they probably got to pay back $95 million. But how long? I don't know. That's crazy.
A $15 million civil penalty. All right. So as you guys know, Navy Federal has been in the news a lot over the past couple of years, from discrimination
For the mortgages, the black business owners not being able to get a mortgage. I remember that.
Claims on minorities, and now the CFPB has ordered them to pay $95 million. So let's just go over this. I haven't read up on this, but I just wanted to share this late breaking news. So it says the CFPB said Thursday that it...
Look, it say from 2017 to 2022. So that's, what, 5 years? Man, look. I don't know. They probably been doing it way longer than that. And it's probably, even for this short period of time, even for this 5 years, it's probably worth more than $95 million. Because there's millions of people that's in Navy Federal. And not to mention, once the internet started boosting it up, that's how I really found out about it, was on YouTube. I heard about it, but I didn't know the benefits. But once the internet started boosting it up, I know they worth way more. I mean, took out way more than $95 million, but let's get back to it.
Did fine Navy Federal $95 million for surprise overdraft fees on certain ATM withdrawals and debit card purchases from 2017 to 2022. So that's over a 5-year period where Navy Federal was finessing their customers by charging them illegal overcharge fees. So the Navy Federal issued a response saying that
I know I must be crazy. I thought finessing was going to be in the paperwork when I just read it. I was like, oh, they finessed. I'm like, oh, all right.
It fully cooperated with the CFPB's investigation and will continue to comply with applicable laws and regulations. They were pretty much illegally charging customers overdraft fees for nearly 5 years, according to this investigation. So from 2017 to 2022. So that's for 5.
Like I said, I guarantee it's way more than 5 years, but they're going to say a time that they feel like they can pay the payment out on. Whatever.
Years. So if you have a Navy Federal account, there's probably a good chance that you were charged illegally for overdraft fees, right? As part of this, so the CFPB ordered Navy Federal to refund more than $80 million to consumers. So Navy Federal is going to be cutting you a check if they did, in fact, illegally charge you overdraft fees, right? So they're ordered to stop charging illegal overdraft fees and pay a $15 million civil penalty to the CFPB's Victims Relief Fund. It said $95 million is the largest amount that the CFPB has.
What is that? Relief Fund. Who does that money go to? Somebody look that up. CFPB, Victims Relief Fund. Who does that money go to? Probably go right back to them. They smart.
Ever obtained from a credit union for illegal activity. So Navy Federal, being the nation's largest credit union, got away with this for over 5 years, right? So it says the CFPB has reprimanded and fined Navy Federal only twice before. So think about all the things they've probably been doing over the past, whoever knows how long. and finally got caught for this. And this was a whole investigation. So it says they've only been reprimanded and fined twice. So the first instance was in 2016. They ordered Navy Federal to pay $28.5 million for improper debt collection practices. The second was last week when it
debt collection practices. That's like when somebody put the wrong thing on your credit report. For real, I know that.
Fined ViStar.
Stop doing that.
A credit union, and that's another big credit union in Jacksonville, Florida. $1.5 million in civil penalties that will go to the CFPB's Victims Relief Fund and refund member accounts for any fees that were charged as a result of a week.
Hold up, how we gonna get this money? Is it gonna come in check, or is they gonna just reimburse us? How do we know how much they did it to your account, for real? Who gonna get the money? This the confusing part of it, for real. Yeah, I'm gonna let them keep talking.
Weeks-long outage in May of 2022. This is coming directly from the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. So let's just read exactly what this says. And again, this was published today, November 7th. So it says Navy Federal, the Bureau issued an order against Navy Federal Credit Union headquartered in Vienna, Virginia. Navy Federal is the largest credit union in the United States with more than 13 million members with ties to the Armed Forces, Department of Defense, Air National Guard. And so they found that from 2017
they probably took some of Trump money. Now he on him, now he back president.
through 2022, Navy Federal engaged in unfair practices in violation of the Consumer Financial Protection Act of 2010 when it charged overdraft fees on debit card purchases and ATM withdrawals when customers' accounts had insufficient funds at the time of the transaction settled, even though they had sufficient funds when they made the transaction. So Navy Federal new members were not likely to understand.
Oh, so the fraud is they were saying that you overdrafted even though you still had money in there, or you might have had a protection and they still made you overdraft, so they was taking that money off and you don't call. Dang, that's crazy.
These unanticipated overdraft fees. The Bureau also found that through November 2020, Navy Federal engaged in unfair acts and practices by charging overdraft fees when it delayed in posting credits to members' accounts from funds received through person-to-person payment networks, even though those funds appeared to members to be available for immediate use. The order prohibits Navy Federal from charging either overdraft fees and require it to pay at least $80 million in consumer redress and $15 million civil money penalty. So just think about that.
95.
Navy Federal almost got away with 80-something million in illegal fees, right? And
they probably got away with a whole bunch more than that. Now let me tell y'all about my story, right? So the other day I went to the casino. You know the casinos have crazy amounts of overdrafting fees or whatever, right? So I said overdrafting fees, and then you got me talking about that. When you pull out the money fee, right? Boom. So I was in the casino. It said $9. So if I wanted to pull out $500, I was gonna have to pay $9 on it. So I went to a gas station. The gas station said free. So I used the free, what I thought was free, and I looked at my account, and it charged me. It actually charged me twice when I looked at it. So I looked at it, it charged me a fee, and then it said Navy Federal underneath of it, which is another fee. I called in, and they told me they can only waive the Navy Federal fee because the other fee, basically I should have known how to get it, but it says free, so I thought I was going to get it. Anyway, I called, I got the dollar back, but yeah, I'm about to call again. Make sure y'all like the video.